Hello Avatar fans, it is Avatar Freak, and today we are going to be taking a look at Netflix's official teaser for Avatar Last Airbender. It is finally here. We are really just going to break this thing apart, tear down what episodes we think are happening, what's going on with the bending, animation, CGI, all sorts of stuff. So stick around till the end of the video. If you guys want to go check out the actual video for the teaser trailer officially from Netflix, you can check that out in the link in my description. Without further ado, let's dive straight into this trailer. Okay, I know I'm pausing this right on that 2-second mark, but we do see Sozin's comment here, so it looks like we're going to get a reenactment of, that initial fight. Okay, we're getting a voiceover here. Time is a funny thing. I'm guessing that's in reference to the 100 years. And I'm guessing it's from Roku as well, because he has been the narrator for the last show, and I wouldn't see why he's not for this show as well. And before we get into this, let's take a look at the scenery here. It is beautiful. This just looks so complex. I like how there's like little lights on everywhere. It's like the city is, alive. You can definitely tell this is a Southern Air Temple. You see the clouds on the left, and you see the architecture of the building, as well as just the general context. We see these firebenders, dropping in here. And then this tiny little fight scene before we get into Aang. So it's a great little cut here, right? Like, these are the two moments that we see. That are just kind of right after each other. I want to slow down in on this fight here because that's important to see. So yeah, this initial fire, it looks like it's coming out fast, and I say that because the old live action had these really slow animations of earth and fire and all these things, and it looked like they were doing some tribal ritual, and it looked like the wind was pushing the fire more than the actual benders. But this looks like a direct shot. You see this airbender kind of coming in here. Great to see how they really put a lot of effort into everyone. Another guy coming in here. The way the airbenders are flying looks like they're actual airbenders, which is great to see. Okay, this scene is great because it is amazing. Like, this is the most beautiful scene that I could ever imagine for Avatar, especially after we had that horrendous M. Night Shyamalan film. You can really see all the detail and everything going on here. Like, even this ball right here where Aang is in, it looks like a real, water-bended ball. It's not just like some snow that they shoved Aang in. This is real, and it gets me thinking, like, Netflix has made some huge progress in their CGI. This is something that would not have been capable, even something that we could think of a couple years back. Very recently, Netflix has been getting up with that AI. Not even just Netflix, just the film industry in general, which is great to see, especially when we're trying to do projects like Avatar Last Airbender, where it is so important that you nail these visual aspects, not really the story, because that's already there. This is the one thing that really makes live action. One kind of general thing that I have taken from this teaser trailer is that Netflix is doing a really good job of these out of scope kind of looking back pictures and frames, because they're so good on that CGI. But what I've noticed is those in-person frames where you can really just see the characters head on, they're talking, those frames tend to look a little bit faker. So let's move forward a little bit. This is what I was talking about. It looks a little fake, and you can tell. Like even these beads right here look like nothing. It's not like it's bad. It's not bad. It's great. 10 times better than what we were getting before. It's nice that we see that ethnic roll, but it's just a little bit fake, and you can tell. Even this scene right here, if you take a look at it, it is so grand. You really feel like you're in the film. And right here, you look at this, and it feels a little bit less so. Okay, this is great. See, this Earth moving tells us that this is how the Earth is going to move in the other parts of the show, okay? That's why this is an important scene, or I wouldn't be stopping for the 20th time on the 23rd second. This is just a great moving of the Earth. I really like it. Omashu in general is also done great. I have a lot of great things to say about this. You can really see the train ways here, and you can probably even see some of the train. You see these birds kind of flying right here where my cursor is. It's a great scene, and I think what they've done with Omashu is they've made it seem so grand and big. And when you look at it in the show, it looks like this tiny thing that is surrounded by this divot, which is not something you can really translate to live action. Okay, this scene is interesting. So I think what they've done really good is they've done these soldier things really good. What I think they haven't done as good, which is debatably more important, Zuko, Katara, Sokka, and Aang, I think their costumes are fine. They did the best they could with the makeup and stuff, but it still looks a little bit fake. He does look good, much better than what we've seen before, and I'm going to say this every time, right? These are still good improvements. They are good. But there's something a little bit off about this, and I'm not sure if this is just me. I'm going to consult with some of my friends who have watched the show and the trailer. But I also want to hear what you guys are saying. Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think that Zuko, Katara, Sokka, and Aang are all great and you feel like they are perfectly done? Or do you think it's a little bit awkward and a little bit kind of cosplay-like would be a good way to put it? Iroh's amazing. I am not pushing what I just said onto Iroh. He did a beautiful job. I originally thought this was a dragon. I was being very stupid. This is a messenger bird. But what this means is, I think this is the Blue Spirit episode where we get that messenger coming in, where Zhao's talking to the admiral. We have the, the archers. That's the great scene. Wow, the fire looks really real in this. It looks alive in a sense of aliveness that you didn't see in the old live action. Also, I would like to note that we don't see Ozai in the scene, but we do see him right here. So we're getting Ozai in season 1, which is interesting. We didn't see him for a long time in the original show, and that was a good suspense builder. But I think what happened was we didn't get time to see Ozai as a nuanced character, and we saw him as a very one-dimensional character, right? A lot of people say Avatar is perfect. It's not. The villain in Avatar was debatably not good, but the fact that they're bringing him in season 1 and they wanted to do story changes and alterations means I think we're getting some background on Ozai, and that's not even something that I'm like really not sure about. I think that's gonna be 100%. Okay, this scene's cool. I think they have the same issue with the Kyoshi warriors and Sokka and Katara, Aang, and Zuko. Wow. Okay, this is great. Okay, Netflix is presenting. That is, we know what episode that is, and this is, I'm going back to that reference in the Blue Spirit. After I talk about this is the Winter Solstice, and now I'm going back to that reference on the Blue Spirit. This is, not the Blue Spirit, actually. My fault. I was talking about the Blue Spirit the whole time. I meant to say the Storm. So the Blue Spirit and the Storm in this video I might have been using interchangeably because the Storm is where we see a lot of backstory. This is definitely the Storm episode. Okay, this bending. I wanted to talk about this. This is huge. Just take a look at this beauty. It looks like it's coming from his hand. And I think what they're doing is they're like, like when you see a fire and it starts like wavering. That's what they're doing here with the fire. If you look closely, let's lower it. Let's lower that speed. Like, yeah, you can see it slightly in his hand. They're wavering it. And like the detail that they're putting into this is absurd. The fact that, one, I was able to recognize that I didn't even, like, on that first glance, I didn't even see this. But now that I'm looking back at it, like, wow, that's impressive. And two, the fact that they put that in, like, I'm impressed. And also, if you look at here, like, the way the fire is sparking out is beautiful. And even here, like, it blends in so nice. This, not much to say about the scene for me. Yeah, okay, this. Oh, wow, I didn't even... Okay, looking at it from this scene, I think it's a little weird, but you're not going to look at it from that perspective, so I think it's fine. Okay, going back to what I was saying earlier, Netflix is doing a good job on going on these bigger shots, as seen in this scene right here. This shot, not so much. It's looking good, but it's looking a little weird. This scene's good only because of the arrow, I think. For some reason, his eyebrows are throwing me off. This is huge nitpicking territory. Please do not come after me about that. But let me know if you agree. Like, I'm kind of curious because I don't know if I'm just saying this out of my own head, or if I'm kind of speaking about, like a general consensus of this trailer. This is looking great. Like, I don't want to reiterate my points on the action being good, so I want to talk more about Appa here. This is looking great. Like, it's looking really real. I like the way they did the horn. That's also looking good. The tail is great. I like that. The fur here is good. It looks like real fur. And then the saddle, of course, looks great. Sokka just chilling in the back. Now, I would like to note on the age differences. Sokka looks 23, she looks 16, and he looks 8. That might have been an exaggeration, but, like, there's a difference. And I think Sokka being older is fine, but I think the only issue is that Aang is so young. And, of course, he's going to increase with age, with time, but, like, there's still an entire season that has been filmed, so I'm not sure, Okay, wow. Momo is looking great, actually. Like, if you look at it really nitpicky, like, you can kind of see, like, okay, this looks a little bit weird. But, like, if you're looking at it at, like, a first glance, like, wow, this looks crazy. Like, the way they animated him was nice, too. Like, it looks, real. He's coming in, gliding around. I wonder how they did this. They probably... Do you think they just got a person and put him really far away? And then, like, that would be insane. Okay, this scene right here, this is kind of the stuff we're going to see a lot in the show. It looks a little weird. I wouldn't say it's perfect the way I've been saying about the other scenes. I would say it's a tad bit weird. If anyone's able to hear the audio here, I'm not sure if it's recording. I think it is, but kind of faintly. It's the exact same thing, but with a little twist. We know we have Jeremy Zuckerman on board, so, we're gonna get that original composition feeling, which is great. And that's it. Avatar Last Airbender, and then I wanted to talk on February 22nd. So Avatar News said that we were getting a February-ish, and then he said February 21st because of the anniversary. So this is coming right after the anniversary. I'm confused why they didn't do February 21st. Like, that would have been a lot better. Maybe there's a different anniversary on the 22nd. Like a different, like, maybe like Avatar's first episode. I'm not even sure what they would do with that. But yeah, like, that's close enough to the anniversary. It's gonna hit. Like, it's going to be great. Actually, what could have happened is maybe February 21st was on a different day, and we can check. February 21st was on a Sunday. Oh, so they're going for a Monday early. Oh, this is January. Okay, February 21st was on a Wednesday, and they're going for a Thursday. I'm not sure. Even Thursday isn't, like, a renowned movie, release time. I would expect a Friday to be, like, what we usually get. Like, wouldn't that be something good for a movie? Now, this is a TV show, so maybe there's a little bit of difference there. I'm not a expert in terms of release dates, but one could only assume that, like, Friday would be the best. But that's again, small things don't really matter that much. In the grand scheme of things, this was a great trailer. This was much better than what we thought. I didn't even expect something of this caliber to be, being made by Netflix. Not, by Netflix, but just, like, I thought, Avatar, live action, would this be getting butchered? What was really happening? And it was great. They hats off to the team at Netflix who made this. Hats off to the acting team. Even though I was a little bit harsh on the looks, I think it's still much better than anything we could have seen in M. Night's movie. So, hats off to everyone. Yeah, this was great. Let me know what you guys think about the trailer and how I probably took 10 minutes discussing a 1 minute and 30 second teaser. I'm Avatar Freak. Hope I catch you in the next video. Take care. Peace.